Despite being known for their wisdom, the Jedi Council made some of the dumbest decisions. Even in the very first movie, Qui-Gon fights against Darth Maul, and then he reports it back to the Jedi Council. I mean, the dude is a pretty powerful Force user who is trained in the Jedi arts and uses a red lightsaber. So naturally, he explains that he believes he is a Sith Lord, to which the Council just completely dismisses this idea, stating that the Sith have been extinct for over 1,000 years. Even if they fully believe that he wasn't a Sith Lord, why would you not just send like 5 or 6 Jedi just in case the Sith truly did return? On top of all of this, Qui-Gon believed he found the prophesied chosen one of the Jedi Order. Why would they not take this way more seriously? Then, in the very next movie, bounty hunters are attempting to take out Padme. Obi-Wan tracks down the bounty hunter to the planet of Kamino, which was completely removed from the Jedi archives. On that planet, he discovers an entire army of clones of that same bounty hunter who he's attempting to track down. Then the cloners tell Obi-Wan that they were commissioned by Jedi Master Sifo Dyas, who had been dead for years at this point. Obi-Wan then meets Jango Fett, who is extremely suspicious, and he tells him that he was actually hired by a man called Tyrannus. Then Jango Fett and Obi-Wan fight before Jango Fett escapes, and Obi-Wan tracks him down to Geonosis. There, Obi-Wan is captured by Count Dooku, who was a former Jedi and believed to be a political activist. He finds out that Jango Fett is working for him, and then at the end of the movie they find out he is a literal Sith Lord. Now, bounty hunters don't have any loyalty, they are just trying to get paid, so it is totally possible for the Jedi Council to believe he was hired by Sifo Dyas and then later hired by Count Dooku. That is until season 6 of Clone Wars, when Anakin and Obi-Wan investigate the mysterious death of Jedi Master Sifo Dyas. Their investigation leads them straight to none other than Count Dooku, and during their duel with him, they discovered that he is the one who is known as Tyrannus. And it gets even worse, because even after they find out their enemy created their entire army using clones of a notorious Jedi killing bounty hunter, they decide to just stick with it without giving it a second thought. And then in the Clone Wars, the way the Council handled Ahsoka's trial was genuinely atrocious. They relied solely on circumstantial evidence and didn't even investigate any further. They then expelled her from the Jedi Order and gave her over to Admiral Tarkin to be tried by a military court just so that they could look good in the eyes of the Republic. This deleted scene showcases their hypocrisy and just how stupid they sound.
All of the evidence so far points to your Padawan.
Do any of you actually believe Ahsoka would do this?
Anakin.
If someone said I did something like this, would you believe them?
No, of course I wouldn't.
Explain the 3 dead clones, killed by a lightsaber.
Every Jedi has a lightsaber.
Faking Obi-Wan's death and then lying to Anakin about it was incredibly dumb of the Jedi Council. It doesn't take a genius to understand Anakin's deep connection to Obi-Wan and the fact that he's not the most emotionally stable guy in the galaxy. He is also the prophesied chosen one of their order, so why in the world would we lie to him and risk completely breaking his trust? I understand it was important for Obi-Wan to go undercover and that Anakin's reaction really sold his death, but they still held an entire fake funeral and didn't even tell Anakin until much later. Then, in Revenge of the Sith, the Jedi Council states that as long as Grievous is alive, the war will continue. So when they finally locate him, why in the world are we only sending one Jedi, when defeating Grievous can put a complete end to the Clone Wars? I understand that they are spread out throughout the entire galaxy and fighting in different battles, but you're telling me that we couldn't have even sent one of the librarians? They definitely could have made Obi-Wan's fight with Grievous way easier, especially considering the fact that Jocasta Nu even fought against Darth Vader. For characters known for their wisdom, these guys are incredibly dumb.